Everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5, Episode 37, with me, Sid, and I'm just preparing some more ground for more croppage. Now we have finally reached the point of being able to do this, of being able to plant crops, and I was kind of umming and ahhing about this, but I've decided that what we're going to do is go 1, 2, that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's space for a wall, that's space between the wall and the outside world. So the plan is that we're going to basically make a big old field. We're going to stick some wall down, not because we actually really need a wall, but that's 2, 3, 4, and there's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5, and then wall and space, I should say. So yeah, we're going to try and get all of our crops in, and that's going to be well worthwhile, because we have been waiting altogether far too long for this particular day to come, where we can actually, more, to be fair, waiting for the day that we can I'm going to bring that back like that. I think that should do. Yeah, for the day we can actually use the crops we grow. So, you know, this kind of a thing. I'm not faffing around with the old stone. 1, 2, 3, 4 spacing. There you go. We'll do that. That should work. Yeah, I'm not faffing around with the stone shovels for this. I'm going in with a good shovel because, you know, I want this to be over and done with reasonably soon and not take me 10 days to dig this out. Now that's oh, hang on, that's not going to work. That ain't going to fly. Yeah, we need to be back here, don't we? This is a big old hill. Okay, not a problem. We're getting resources from it, so we'll do that. So yeah, I've got some leather curing as well. So that's, you know, again, multiple jobs happening at the same time. That's wherever possible in TFC. That is really, really useful. If you can have, you know, things cooking, things burning, things, you know, ceramics hardening, any of that, then you're laughing, because you can, you can pretty much do anything you want. However, what we need to do right now is shift a whole load of dirt. And with that in mind, that is exactly what I'm going to do. And I'll be back in a mo. Alright, I've got a kind of a thing. This clay's all going to come out at some point anyway, so that's not a biggie. But I'm just going to put a very just a wall. There's nothing fancy. It's just going to go all the way around 1, 2, 3, 4 there, like so, and then we're going to come from here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to go along here, and we're waiting on. I'm going to need more of this. We're waiting on the grass to grow on most of these blocks. This side is actually okay. That side needs to grow in over here. Till it's got grass, it's got no nutrients. So that's pretty vital. I'll go and grab some more wall and put some of the clay away, and grab some seeds as well. And we should be good to start getting some crops in. The temperature is pretty good. It's not warm, but it's not cold. I mean, it's early spring, and the sooner we get everything in, the sooner we can actually start to harvest the fruits of all of these labours, and not be quite so reliant on this. Well, let's be brutally honest, on whatever we can scrounge together out of the sea. I mean, quite literally, we've been living on seaweed and that's not a good place to be. Well, I suppose it's not a bad place to be. I mean, seaweed is reasonably nutritional. It's just not my idea of a good meal, you know what I mean? Although, to be fair, neither is sushi, so there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So this is going to come all the way down here, and I'm going to put a... Oops. We're going to come from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll come from here, and we'll stick a gate in there, I think. Because we can. And we might as well pop this all the way down, so it's firmly fenced off. And then it's just a matter of... I'll leave this one as is. I don't think I'll need this much space anyway, but, you know. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So that will come up here like so. And that will go all the way down here like so. And we're just waiting on that grass to grow in over there. And we should be good. We can pop that down there, can't we? That'll work. We'll give this a chance to grow in before we go for it. I mean, the nice thing with TFC farms is you can't trample them, so that's always a big plus. I'm just curious then, you know, given that you can't stand on leaf blocks, you know, you can still stand on a lily pad. Missed an obvious unrealistic bit there, I think. Sure. We dropped all... How did we manage that? Okay, that's fine. Misc blocks can go there. And that can go in there because I've got nowhere else for it. And let's have a look. So seeds. Definitely jute. All of that needs to go in. I'm not too desperate about sugar. We'll put some... Sorry, we'll put the lot in. Yellow bell peppers, oats, onions, maize, rye, squash, garlic. I do want to put some pumpkins in for definite. We want carrots, tomatoes, red bell peppers. We'll do some soy. We'll get those for starters. I don't know whether I'm going to have time to actually plant any of this because we're out of daylight. Right, let me get those planted and I'll be back in a bit. And wouldn't you believe it, first law of sod says that on this early spring day, early 7th of March, it got too cold. This hasn't popped off yet, and it's at 51% growth, that's actually pretty good. But I can't plant seeds in this, so that's a pig, and it's a definite hindrance to my plans. I'm going to go and put these seeds away for the time being, and we can start thinking about something else we need to play with. So yeah. Oh, damn you, give me. Something else I wanted to play with. So we have the animal crates add-on. Down here, it takes a little bit of iron bar, a little bit of straw and some wood, and you get a animal crate. Now, we could go with leads or all of these wonderful things, but we could just get an animal crate. And iron bars, up until now, well, in theory up until now, but in reality not, have been virtually impossible. However, because there's Thorncraft in the room with the thing, we don't have to waste any of our precious iron getting the iron bars. We can head off over here a little bit, and I'm not bothered about raiding any dungeons or anything. You can see over there we don't want to play because that is definitely a Eldritch Guardian, and they are not your friend, no matter how cute and fuzzy they look. I don't know whether we can see him from here. Can we see him? They're really hard to spot. Plus he's on the he's there. I don't know whether you can see that line of stuff going into him. Anyway, we ain't playing with him. We're going over to the Stormcraft dungeon. Because it gives us ready and easy access to well, iron bars. That's just flax. I'm also curious while we're out just to have a little look around at these places, just to see if we're seeing any crops spawning in yet. I don't think we are, but so I want that, and we'll leave it. That's fine. The rest of it can stay there. We've got what we came for, just an iron bar. Yeah, just kill copper. Okay, I've already marked that on the map, so not a biggie. Yeah, I was just curious to see if there's any self sets starting to appear of other crops. Maybe it's a little bit early in the season for it, but you know, always good if you can find more sources of minerals. We should actually have a look down here as well, just to make sure we're not missing any obvious deposits of ore that we can see. Ravines are really handy for that, but they're also quite easy to get yourself killed. Almond tree, late summer, flowering. We should probably have been a little bit more cautious around that as well. But there you go. Such is life, or death if you're not cautious enough. And also we probably just want to make sure that this is not something. It's a pig. We're alright. Oh, there's some copper there. The traces of copper over here as well. Okay. Right, let's go back. Pigs would be good. We can, well, obviously we can't familiarize them until we've got grain, but if we've got pigs and sheep, then we can start to make some headway in the breeding and the fabrics and stuff. Anyway, let me get back. I'll be with you in a moment. Alright, so armed with a selection of blocks. Hopefully it'll work with the great wood. And that. And that. That gives us an animal crate. And an animal crate will allow us to capture animals. I don't know whether we've got time to head out and grab any more, but we could head over this direction. It's still cold, so I've not tried to plant anything. But there might have been some pigoos over here. And I'm not wearing anything on my back, so that means my back slot is free, which is good. And let's just go over here and see what we've got. Hopefully these are all cattle or pigs and not bears. Moo, moo cow, moo cow. Not sure whether there are any more pigs over this direction or not. There should be some around somewhere, surely. What are you? I can't even see it. What on earth? There, pig. It's a male piggy, and we've put it in the crate, stick it on our back, and off we go. Now it's a little bit of a bind because we can only carry one at a time, but realistically, would it be unrealistic for someone to walk around with a pig under each arm? I mean, being given that most adult pigs in the real world can be upwards of 500 pounds in weight and can be nearly 7 or 8 feet long. So especially some of the sows, I've seen some breeding sows which are quite frankly scary. So yeah, it's not unreasonable in my opinion to think that we could have pigoos that that you can only carry one animal in a crate at a time. I don't think that is unreasonable at all. Actually, to be fair, not sure. I'll have to check that out. I thought we just right-clicked it down, but maybe we need to do something else with it. We'll work it out in a moment. First things first, though, we need to sleep and eat, and I'll be back in the morning. All right, I've just double-checked on the website, and you shift right-click it, but it destroys the crate. So I'm glad I used free iron. Now, just looking at my map, there is a TerraFirmaCraft dungeon there for definite. There's obviously our one down here, and we could actually take the other bar off. We don't need to leave the bar, we can have that and just use something else. I'm not sure if I've got any others marked on around the area, any easy ones anyway. However, we do need a female pigoo, a male sheep and a female sheep, and it's still cold. So I think what we are going to do is we are going to grab our boat and go and grab us some iron bars, some free iron bars, and then we're going to grab us hopefully a female pig and a breeding pair of sheeps. And then once we've finally got the relevant, let me just head over this way. I think it's let me just where am I am here and I need to be over there. Okay, that's fine. We can be there and back in a day, I'm sure. So yeah, and then we can just wait until we've got the relevant wheat to do things, and we might see some of these self-set plants hopefully with a bit of chat, with a bit of luck. Because it would be nice to actually see it. I'm convinced they should exist. I'm convinced that's clay as well, isn't it? That's not an ore, that is just clay. Yeah, that's clay. Okay, it's all right, then we're fine. Okay, let me head over to where we're going and I'll be back with you in a sec. All right, here we are. Another TerraFirmaCraft dungeon. This one is actually on the edge of a ravine, so we do need to be a little bit cautious. A lot cautious, I think, because that's cobblestone. Oh god, that's cobblestone as well, isn't it? This is going to be this is potentially going to be very painful. Let me just no. That should have been collapsing by now. Alright. I'm taking a risk and a half here, I know that much. Pop that down. Oh, damn it. Get that. And run away. Because as we all know, valor is the better part of discretion, and we've got two. That's fine. I don't want you. Let us head back. I was expecting that thing to collapse, which actually wouldn't have been a bad thing if we could have collapsed it in a controlled environment, because with it being over a ravine, we could have collapsed it in such a way that the spawners were just sat there in open space almost. But maybe that's the point. Maybe it's not supposed to collapse like that. Anyway, we need to get back. That gives us 2. We'll go get the other bar from the other Thorncraft dungeon a little bit later on. Yeah, so I'll head back, and again I shall see you in a little while. Alright, we got back just and the temperature is actually pretty good, so we may be able to plant in a bit, but right now I've got to go and grab the other bar from that that Thorncraft dungeon. So we'll go and grab that, and then we can come back and hopefully finish off planting. Got a rather nice screenshot of the town as we were heading in, which may or may not become the thumbnail. But if not, it'll always. There's the odd occasion where I don't really have an appropriate thumbnail image for the episode because it's, you know, for one reason or another, not particularly thumbnail worthy, if you like. So yeah, always handy to have a few extra nice screenshots of the area. And yeah, I will grab this thing and I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, we've got the bars, so we can get our livestock as and when we please. We will want to move the livestock we have as well, and this stuff is growing, so that's a bonus. Well, first things first, let's get jute going, because jute is invaluable. So we'll get some jute running all the way down here. That's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that should be 20. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, that's 40 jute seeds in. And I'm not sure how these are going to work, so let me just put those down. And then we've got 4, so I'm going to stick some 4 watermelon seeds down as well, and then we'll have some red, actually no, let's go with some rye seeds, and maize, plus a doesn't really, I'm not too worried about the layout of this right now, as you can probably guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Get there. I don't know whether they need to be right next to water sources like the normal, but it doesn't hurt to, you know, do that. So we'll put that away. We've got pumpkins, carrots, squash. We'll get some yellow bell peppers down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oats. All these will be oats. And again, I'm not worrying about the layout. This is all about the getting the crops in and working for us. And tomatoes. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Well, you can be a pumpkin, and we'll put those away. And I'll go and grab some more because there's other seeds we haven't planted yet. So I'll be back in a sec. Alright, we've got lots of stuff planted, so that's a thing. Now what I want to do is get these animal crates going, and we'll pop what few seeds. I planted pretty much everything, to be honest. I kind of went a little bit mad. If anything, I went a little bit crazy and just went and planted everything there was to plant. However, that doesn't matter because we have now got all of these, 1, 2, 3, and with those and those and those, we'll get those which will allow me to capture a whole load of animals. Oh, that's not what I wanted. A whole load of animals, which we are going. No, it doesn't go there either. Which we're going to keep in the crates. To be honest, I'm not going to take them out of the boxes. I'm going to assume. Well, I'm actually pretty certain. I don't think this. I think any assumption on this basis is almost a certainty. I got that, so I removed that, by the way, because everybody kept saying it was scaring them when I walked in. It was up there, so I put it the first thing we see, which, you know, is much less scary, isn't it? No. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to get a pig, 2 sheep. We know where the sheep are, so we'll go off and we'll deal with that particular job first. I don't know whether you can't really see, but everything is planted. That entire area is now planted out, so that's a good thing. We'll head off. Actually, we're going to go and see if we can't get a pig, because I know there's I'm fairly certain there is a pig over here, or at least there was. Now, I think the pig we had was male, wasn't it? Well, there's one way to find out. Go and have a look. But first things first. Get dead. Yeah, so this is what we got. Obviously you can see there is, if I can get on the wall, jute, and it's growing steadily. The pumpkins are doing their thing, as are the melons. The wheat obviously has got a good head start. This is all oats, so, and then I've got a few of these. I'm wondering whether when these are planted ourselves, whether they will harvest properly, because obviously they don't harvest from wild. Oh, we never did get around to picking those up. Right, what gender is the... Oh, hello. Somebody burnt up out here. Male. So boy pig, need a girl pig. Let's go find a girl pig. I'll be back in a mo. And there we have a pig. Is it the correct gender? Well, we don't know. It's not. It's another boy pig. Okay, so now we need to hunt around to see if there's any more pink little friends around. There is something over there. It's a pig. Is it the correct pig? Is it a sticky outie or go innie? Belly button, obviously, before anybody. It's a girl pig, mine. Right, that's the pig sorted. So from here we might as well just grab the boat over to our island, and I'll grab a sign as well, I think, and we'll just put a sign to say pig. And then, because obviously once we've got 2 sheeps, we need to know that they're sheeps, which is going to be easier if there's a sign on them, I think. And these guys are not going to be living out here on the dirt either. We're going to have animal stalls actually in Lake Town. So yeah, that should work reasonably well. I think there's a sign. As long as I know one's a pig, then the other section is sheeps. So we'll come over here and we shall just put this down as being pigoos. I have no idea if that's how you spell pigoo, by the way. I'm sure it doesn't matter. I don't think it's actually a word. But now we can head over. We should have time. Let's go and grab a sheep, and we'll get sheep hooves down, and then we'll be good, I think. Now the sheeps are over here, I believe, so I'll go and check that out, and I'll be back with you once we've got over there. Alright, there's our first sheepy customer. In fact, only so far sheepy customer. So I hope there's more than one, but it is at least a girl sheep, so we'll grab you, and let's have a look around. See, you see, there's the problem. There's wolves over there, and wolves and sheep don't mix, as everybody knows. You know, they are. Well, the problem is, your average wolf, your wolf sees a sheep as a self-portable. Hang on. Sorry, I just saw that. Yeah, your average wolf sees your sheep as being, you know, self-portable food and the likes, and obviously they like that. They do like a bit of a mutton. I'm not seeing any more sheep. We've got a female sheep, so we just need, I know, and we also have, we've got the sheep labelled here, but we've also got sheep labelled somewhere else on this map. Definitely somewhere else there. So as long as I can find a male, we're fine. Ooh, hello. Alright, question mark. Have I not been over here or something? That's copper. I think we probably know about that one. Alright, well, we've got a sheep. I'm going to head back to the ranch, and I think that will probably tie us up for this episode now. We're at the point where we've got quite a few little bits and pieces done, and it is very much about the little bits and pieces sometimes. You know, as much as you'd like to do these massive leaps and bounds, sometimes you just need to take little fairy steps forward, and that's what we've done. So I'll take this sheep back. We'll continue to monitor the crops, and until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon, and bye for now.